Today I don't want to talk about abstract theories. I want to talk about something closer to home. Your life. Have you ever noticed that the 81 trials faced by the monk Xuanzang in Journey to the West aren't just fairy tales? They are a biological and psychological map of a human life. Today let's zoom in on a trial that resonates with almost everyone. The fourth trial. Seeking kin and avenging wrongs. Part 1. The trap of the victim heart. In the story, Xuanzang was born into tragedy. His father was murdered, his mother was forced into captivity, and he was drifted down a river as a baby. At age 18, he discovered the truth. He sought justice, captured the murderer, and avenged his parents. On the surface, this is a story of justice. But let's look deeper. What demon does this represent? It is the heart of resentment. It's the "it's not fair" cry of the soul. Even though he got his revenge, his mother later took her own life out of shame. The victory was hollow. In our modern lives, we all have our fourth trial. Maybe it is a betrayal by a partner, a promotion stolen by a colleague, or a childhood wound that won't heal. We hold on to the right to be angry, but here is the secret. Every trial in the mind eventually settles in a disease in the body. Part 2. What your body remembers. In the Yellow Emperor's inner canon, Huangde Neijing, the foundation of Chinese medicine, this trial corresponds to liver qi stagnation. Ancient wisdom says, anger makes the qi rise, grief consumes the qi, thinking knots the qi. When you hold on to resentment, when you're obsessed with seeking justice or getting even, your internal energy, qi, stops flowing. It gets stuck in your chest and throat. In modern clinics, we see this as thyroid nodules, the lump of anger in the throat, high blood pressure, the heat of resentment, insomnia and digestive ulcers. I once knew a woman who lived for 10 years wanting to prove her ex-husband wrong. She was successful, but she developed severe nodules in her throat. The doctor told her, "You are swallowing your fire, and it's burning your flesh." This is the cycle. The mind gets sick first, and the body follows. Part 3. The high-level cure, the perspective of the sage. To truly heal, we need to level up. Let me tell you a story of a great cultivator known as the patient sage, Shantivadin. Legend has it that a jealous king once found this sage teaching in the mountains. The king, consumed by rage, asked, "What are you practicing?" The sage replied, "I practice patience and the absence of resentment." To test him, the king brutally cut off the sage's ears, his nose, and his limbs. It was a scene of horror, but the sage remained calm. He said, "If I have even a spark of resentment in my heart, my body will remain broken. But if my heart is truly pure and void of hate, let my body be restored." The ancient texts say his body instantly regenerated. Now we could learn from sages, and our limbs may grow back by magic, but the logic is what matters. Resentment is a poison you drink, hoping the other person will die. The sage realized that the king's cruelty was simply a test for his own soul. He didn't see himself as a victim. He saw the king as a teacher, helping him finish his practice. Part 4. Practical tools for the modern journey. How do we slay this demon of resentment in our daily lives? Reframing the narrative, next time someone wrongs you, try to whisper to yourself, "Thank you for sharpening my blade." They aren't ruining your life, they are testing your face demon or your greed demon. If you don't take the bait, the energy stays with you. Physical release. Don't just think it away. Press the Tai Chong point on your foot. the liver's decompression valve. If it's painful, you are holding on to fire. Breathe, rub it, and let that stale energy go. Drink peace. Simple herbs like rosebud or mint tea are not just drinks, they are traffic police for your internal energy, helping the knots in your chest untie themselves. At the end of the 4th trial, Xuanzang didn't stay in his hometown to mourn his tragic past. He wiped his tears and turned toward the west. He knew that if he stayed a victim, he would never reach the enlightenment. Your body is your Lingshan, spirit mountain. It is the temple of your soul. Don't let someone else's mistakes become a tumor in your body. When the heart is empty of trouble, the body is void of disease. Drop the heavy luggage of who owes you what. The 81 trials are not here to break you. They are here to remind you that you are the monkey king of your own life. You have the power to jump out of the furnace of anger and become great sage, heaven's equal. The secret identity, a vow of compassion. Now you might wonder, who was this patient sage? In the famous Diamond Sutra, it is revealed that this sage was actually a past life of Shakyamuni Buddha himself, during his centuries of spiritual cultivation. But the story doesn't end with his body being restored. There is a detail that is so moving, it might change how you view your enemies forever. As the king was cutting his flesh, the sage didn't endure the pain. He looked at the king with eyes of immense pity and made a vow. He said, "If I ever attain enlightenment and become a Buddha, the very first person I will come back to save is you." Think about that for a moment. Most of us, when wronged, want to see the other person suffer. We want karma to hit them hard. But the Buddha-to-be realized that the king was the one truly suffering, consumed by a fire of rage that would eventually destroy him. And the universe kept that promise. Thousands of years later, when the Buddha attained enlightenment and gave his very first sermon at Deer Park, there were 5 disciples waiting for him. The very first one to understand the teaching and find peace was a man named Kondinya. And who was Kondinya? He was the reincarnation of that same violent king who had once mutilated the sage. Why this matters to your health? This is the ultimate high-level way to clear your resentment. When we say forgive and forget, it sounds like a weakness, but the Buddha showed us that it is the ultimate strength. By vowing to help the person who hurt him, he completely cut the karmic cord of resentment. Psychologically, he refused to be a victim. If you say, "You hurt me," you are still giving that person power over your heart and your liver chi. But if you say, "You are a teacher sent to test my peace, and I wish for your healing," you become untouchable. In Chinese medicine, we say the heart is the emperor of the body. When the emperor is this magnanimous, this compassionate, no demon of disease can ever invade the palace. So when you face your own 4th trial, when you feel that old urge to seek kin and avenge wrongs, remember the sage and the king. Realize that letting go isn't just about being a good person. It's about becoming a healed person. It's about ensuring that the first person you save from the fire of anger is yourself. Take care of your chi. Take care of your heart. Your journey is still long, and you need a healthy vessel to get there. Thank you for watching. May your heart be light and your body be strong. Enjoy your rest. Watch our videos and see you in the next episode.